Right. Hey, everybody. Hey. Welcome to my weekly Siopa chat. I'm here. My name is Bobby Umar. I'm a four-time TEDx speaker, one of Inc. Magazine's top 100 leadership speakers. Nice to see you. Love the hearts. I'm sitting cozily on my sofa because I thought I'd relax and chill to share some content with you guys today. And I'm here every week with Siopa, siopa.com/stream. You can check out our videos. We talk about anything and everything to do with seizing your passion, whether you're an entrepreneur or a corporate career climber or a parent or a leader, whatever it is you are, we're here to help you guys out. And so I invite you to share your comments, share your questions, share whatever you can. I like to make myself accessible to help you all out with your journeys. A bit about me again. I'm a four-time TEDx speaker, one of Inc. Magazine's top 100 leadership speakers. I also recently was named one of the top 7 networking gurus to follow on Twitter. And I'm happy to collaborate with the team at Siopa to share some great content. You can check out our YouTube channel as well as the work from siopa.com/stream. So if you like what you're hearing, again, comment below and share the hearts. We love the love. We love to love the love. And I'm going to share 5 kind of things I want to talk about when it comes to the topic, which is connection, going deep versus staying on the surface. And maybe I'll start off by saying, I'm from Toronto, Canada, home of the Raptors, home of the Blue Jays. Where are you guys from? Tell me below where you're all from. I'd love to know where you're from. Are you from the US? Are you from Europe? Are you from Asia? Are you from abroad? And we get people as far away as Australia sometimes. So I'd love to hear kind of where you're from. Just comment below and share. And if you like what you're hearing, again, share the hearts, share the loves, share us on Facebook and Twitter. Let's bring people from in the conversation. I am from the flag. Oh man, I don't know what that flag is. It looks European, or is it? Oh man, can you tell me what country that is? I'm not even sure. I failed my geography class with naming the flags of the world. I probably could recognize maybe 20 of them. So let me know where that was. Russia. All right. Thank you. That's awesome. See, Europe. I kind of had that right, didn't I? That's good. Welcome. So I'm from Toronto, Canada. Let me know where you're all from. Let's get right into the 5 points I want to make about connection, going deep versus staying on the surface. The first point I want to make is that deep. Connection. What does that mean to you for the most part? How do you define connection? To me, connection is anything that brings us closer together with another human being, or a group or a cause or an idea. So that connection is really what's important to me. Now, how do we go deep in a connection? Well, the first point I want to make is that when it comes to connections, and going deep. If you want to go deep, it's going to require you to shift your focus from what we currently talk about, which is people and events, and want to change the people and events and shift them over to talking about ideas. So, for example, an event, great weather we're having. Okay, event. Did you watch that TV show last night? People, did you see the latest thing that Kim Kardashian posted or something like that? And the more we talk about people, the more likely it's going to be surface level stuff. What you want to do is transition that stuff and get into the idea. What does that idea want to say? So, for example, if we mention Kim Kardashian, maybe we can talk about the concept or idea of narcissism, right? Or the concept or idea of social media as a daily tool in our lives. If we talk about the weather, we could turn to an idea in terms of the idea of climate change. If we talk about the Oscars, or we talk about Trump or Hillary, how do we turn that into talk about the ideas of the policies and the ideas that matter to us? So if you really want to go deep in a connection, you want to transition your talk from people and events and move them over to ideas. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to be able to do. The second thing you want to be able to do is realize that going deep on connection is really about. And again, if you like what you're hearing, share the hearts, share this on Twitter. Let's get people part of the conversation. You can also check out the replay or visit all the videos on siopa.com. The second thing, in terms of going deep with connections versus staying on the surface, is that the reason why do people stay on the surface is because it's safe and it's easy. And it's easy to stay on the surface. You don't have to talk about anything important or share anything that's really personal and vulnerable. But ideally, you want to be able. But you could either stay safe and easy and not really generate great conversations or deeper connections, or you can decide to be take it vulnerable and go on have a difficult conversation or a hard conversation, or as we call them, courageous conversations. The ability for you to be vulnerable and to take on a hard topic is powerful. And so, a perfect example is, I was talking to someone the other day about they were talking about their troubles with their boyfriend or girlfriend. And then I immediately said, you know what? My wife and I had trouble a few years ago and we saw counseling. And I shared vulnerability about my struggles with, what we were going through. And then I talked about what we did to try to make it better. And it was a hard conversation, but I went that route because I wanted to have that courageous conversation. And what happened was we had a really deep, powerful conversation, and it was amazing. And that's really where you make a difference, and you feel more close to someone. There's more intimacy. There's just more positive stuff. So digging down into that stuff is really, really amazing. So I highly recommend that you transition from safe and easy conversations and move over to what's vulnerable and what's hard. So that to me is an important aspect when it comes to great connection that's going deep versus staying on the surface. The third thing, and again, I'm loving the fact that people are here. Like, if you like what you're hearing, by all means, share on Twitter. Let's get people part of the conversation. Share the heart, share the love. The third aspect of connection, going deep versus staying on the surface, is deep connections are. I mean, do you want more deep connections or do you want more surface connections? I mean, you could have a network of 100 people that are all surface, and but they actually won't do as much for you as, hi, welcome. They won't do as much for you as someone that's a deep connection. In fact, you can have 5 deep connections that'll do more for you than 100 surface connections. And that's actually both personally and professionally. If you have a business, if you have 5 deep connections, they're more willing to give you clients, offer leads, promote your business, be brand ambassadors, than the 100 surface people that don't, kind of a passing interest. So even from a business level, so like let's say you're doing a passion project, you're trying to seize your passion, you have this project. If you have 10 people that have a deep connection with versus 100 surface people, those 10 deep connections are going to do far more to promote you and help build you than the 100 surface connections. So it's important for you to spend more time and energy realizing that deep connections are going to drive everything you do further, whether it's your business, whether it's your career, whether it's your personal life. So you want to make sure that you really try to focus on the deep connections versus the surface connections. So that's the first 3. So I'm doing 5 today. But the first 3 I have is in terms of going deep and with connections. Going deep, you want to focus on people and events and focus more on ideas. You want to transition from safe and easy to something vulnerable and hard, and you want to focus on creating more deep connections versus too many surface connections. So that to me is an important aspect. All right, so let's go to the fourth one. The fourth thing you want to do is the more willing you're willing to focus on going deep, the more impact you have. So what you really want to do is you want to create more impact. You want to have more impact in your life, more impact on other people's lives. Then going deep may have more impact for yourself. So I think that's important as well. So I had a conversation the other day with somebody, and we went for lunch. And next thing you know, we were having a really amazing conversation. And what happened was I had such an impact on her that yesterday she gave me a gift, and then she sent me this beautiful personal message on Facebook about how I've helped her in her relationships. I'm like, wow, okay, that's a gift. Like I didn't expect that, but she gave me a nice little mug and some tea, and I was like, that's fantastic. I love that. It was so great. So amazing that you can have more impact if you're willing to go deep with connections. I've had people who literally broken down crying in my arms because I'm willing to go deep with those powerful conversations and create an environment of trust. So that was pretty awesome. So that worked out really, really well. And then the fifth thing I want to keep in mind is, and actually let's review the first 4 that I talked about. The first 4 aspects of connection, going deep versus staying on the surface. Number 1, transition your talking from people and events to ideas. Number 2, transition from safe and easy discussions to vulnerable and hard conversations. Number 3, focus on your deep connections that have more impact than your surface connections. Number 4, the more deep connection you have, the more impact you have on people as well as yourself. And then finally, the 5th thing to think about when it comes to going deep is how do you set it up? I mean, a lot of people don't know, well, how do I get into deep conversations? How do I go deep? How do I, not stay on the surface? Well, a lot of it comes with having a qualified question. So what I would suggest you do is focus on the qualified questions, and that's really about setting it up. You say, listen, do you mind? I'd love to have a more important conversation about an idea. In particular, it's a tough topic, but I hope you don't mind me sharing it. I wanted to get your thoughts on fertility or finances or politics or spirituality, and you put it out there, and you set them up, and you have that qualified question to see if they're willing to talk about it. If they're not, that's fine. Like, oh, I'm not really sure. That's fine. You let it go. But having the courage to set it up and just start the conversation, just put it out there. I've had a few times where it didn't go well, but that's like, one in 1,000. Most of the time, it turns into an amazing conversation, particularly when talking about things like politics and fear and spirituality and religion and values and ideas and hopes and fears and dreams and these things that are really, really important to us that we really want to talk about, because we all have these things we talk about. So if you have to find the best way to set it up, and you do that with qualified questions and setting the environment for a way that people are willing to trust. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right. So hope you enjoyed this conversation. We're going to have more stuff on seopa.com/stream. Check out all the videos there. You can follow the YouTube channel. You can see all the stuff that we're doing. It's really amazing work. We love sharing, and you can submit your questions and your ideas to us. Love the hearts. Thanks, the heart. That's sweet of you. Keep it up. And we will be here every week at Thursday, 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And look for us next week. And in the meantime, it's December. Happy December. Happy gearing up for the holiday season. And I wish you guys all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.